Yeah, best day of my life, American authors. And for a lot of you guys it is, because you've been waiting so long for kickoff of Heroes of Hope. 18th, imagine that, 18th Relay for Life in Second Life. 10 minutes away. Remember, your environmental settings, make sure you're using shared settings. Check it in your world environment. Check that use share settings or your favorite wind light night setting. Make sure you're using advanced lighting module. Make sure you're listening on the web player at relayradio.t1radio.com. And let's get this show on the road. I am Trader on T1 Radio and Relay Radio. We are about to kick off Relay for Life.
I paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've hurt myself, sadness in my face, but I've come through. We are champions, my friend, and we'll keep on fighting to the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers. We are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all. But it's been a bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge to follow human ways. We are the champions, my friend, and we'll keep on fighting to the end.
And now, are you ready to be a hero? Are you ready to become a hero of hope?
Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Challenger stands in the way. Though the road is long, our faith will keep us strong. Against the wind, His flame shall never fade. I'm walking for you, brother, running for you, sister. Fighting back with every step I take. Together we belong. Lost soldiers marching on. And we won't slow down until we win this fight. 'Cause it's one dream, one team in the relay for life. We'll never forget the ones we've lost, for sure. Here's to the brave ones who continue to endure. Your lives we celebrate, our hearts we dedicate. 'Cause there is no finish line till we find a cure. So we're walking for you, brother, running for you, sister, fighting back with every step we take. Together we belong, lost soldiers marching on, and we won't slow down until we win this fight. 'Cause it's one dream, one team in the relay for life. Though the road is long, our faith will keep us strong. Against the wind, His flame shall never fade. I'm walking for you, brother, running for you, sister, fighting back with every step I take. Together we belong, lost soldiers marching on, and we won't slow down until we win this fight. 'Cause it's one dream, one team in the relay for life. In the relay for life. In the relay for life. Walking for you, can still remember the first time I saw it. I tried to find words to describe it, but I couldn't. Nothing had prepared me for this. Not Facebook, not Twitter, not even my friends. I had heard 100 stories, but no one story fully described this event. It must be witnessed to be understood. And yet, I've seen it, and oddly enough, understand it even less as I learn more each year. Despite the colloquy of metaverse cynics surrounded by their illusion of reality, thousands of avatars in a second life have raised well over $4 million to fight cancer. To know it, you must walk it. Celebrate with friends. Drown in tears as we remember the lost. And fight back together in a meaningful and consequential way. And just like that, it all becomes clear. You can feel the love. It's time for Relay 2022, Heroes of Hope.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know, wherever you are, it's just good to see you. Relay for Life of Second Life. Can you feel the love? I can feel the love. Can you? I want to break out in songs, but there's already a song, I guess. I don't know, but I'm going to tell everybody we have been working towards this kickoff, the 2022 kickoff celebration, since we flooded the 2021 regions, and we are not just celebrating the start of the 22 relay season, but also the fact that our relay event last year ranked number 4 out of 1,800 Relay for Life events in just the United States. That's not even counting the rest of the world. We also noticed that if we hit, because we looked at who's number 3, 2, and 1, of course, we noticed that if we hit our 500,000 US dollar goal this year, we can rank as high as number 2, maybe even number 1. We might have to go a little further over the goal, might need some of those other relays to not do as well, but we want everybody to do well, so we just want to do better, right? I will say this, I have never believed more than I do this year that we are ready to become the number 2, if not the number 1 Relay for Life event, at least in the United States, probably the world. We'd have to look at their numbers. So if you want to see our tiny, little bitty ACS community from that virtual world Second Life become the top Relay for Life event in the world, our journey begins today. And while we're all motivated to be the best versions of ourselves, we understand that it's because we believe in the mission of the American Cancer Society, who is the global leader in the fight against cancer. That's why we push ourselves to raise all of this money. Right, Jim?
Absolutely, Sting. Last fall, hundreds of relayers voted on our 2022 theme, Heroes of Hope. Whether you can interpret this to mean we're celebrating the cancer survivors in our lives as heroes, or their caregivers, or the medical staff and researchers, everyone who plays a part in fighting cancer is a hero, including you, our passionate Relay for Life community in Second Life. When we come together, united in our shared goal of beating cancer once and for all, we are all heroes of hope.
Speaking of Heroes for Hope, we honor the memory of Dr. Gordy Klatt, the founder of Relay for Life, by accepting the challenge that our role in this fight is to raise money to fund the mission of the American Cancer Society, contributing to the life-saving research that leads to prevention techniques, early detection, and treatment options for cancer patients around the world.
And because we're in the virtual world, we are also funding Hope Haven, which is how we deliver support and services to cancer patients and their caregivers right here in Second Life on the American Cancer Society Island. Our existence in the virtual world was first made possible by people like Jade Lilly, R.C. Mars, Patch Linden, Sting's favorite, and countless other heroes of hope.
Because of you, the American Cancer Society has received more than $4.3 million US towards cancer research, patient services, the Hope Hostel in Kenya, childhood cancer research, breast cancer research, and global coalitions to improve cancer awareness and early detection in countries around the world. Our charge is to continue funding the fight, and we willingly accept this challenge to fundraise with a capital F-U-N, because we are all heroes of hope.
And any good fundraising strategy for the largest fundraising movement in Second Life is to secure your sponsors, our event heroes who make sure that we pay our bills. To that end, Nuala and Celine have done an incredible job of making sure that our sponsors are taken care of and that they have had the opportunity to join us in this cancer battle. We appreciate our 2022 kickoff sponsors, Relay Rockers, Ada's Army, Entice Original Mesh, Dream Team, Camping for a Cure, Cure Chasers, and Ruse with a Dream, and SW Designs. Our premier sponsors include Rockcliffe University Consortium, RGF Estates, Relay Refresh, The River, Pangea Estates, Annie Braveheart, and TAP, the Adult Partnership. And our Heart of Relay sponsor is Second Life Linden Labs. We also have created this year a new way for big entities to become partners with the American Cancer Society and Second Life. These ACS partners may come from within or outside of Second Life, and they make a large donation to our program. We're excited to recognize our first ACS and SL partner, Golden Gift Box. This partnership demonstrates full support for everything we do in Second Life, including Relay for Life, Strides campaigns, and everything in between.
What about this amazing stage and surrounding areas designed by Silver Howler? Silver and his team spent, it says days here, but weeks bringing our theme to life. They created an environment that perfectly sets us in the right frame of mind as we begin our journey for the 2022 season. This year, it's going to take a heroic effort from each one of us, and we're proud to kick that effort off on the steps of our Hall of Heroes. Thank you so much, Silver, for all that you do. Also, a heartfelt thank you to Whiskey for creating our 2022 shirts that feature our theme logo this year, which was designed by Arizona Ballinger and voted on by you. This year, you just have a cool thing about the shirts this year. You just have to put on the single shirt that fits your body, and then you can switch between shirt types like survivor, caregiver, volunteer with the accompanying HUD. So we've moved up a little bit with our shirts. There are team flags all around this build. Most of you probably have found yours. You can pick up your team flag box in the relay building or at the entrance ribbon to this region. Shirts, fundraising tools, mission posters, logos, banners, ACS flags, all of those things can be found in the Relay for Life building on the ACS sim behind us. New this year, you can also pick up a cape that a lot of you already got and we have on, and you can pick up a box of superhero poses, both of those provided by Bob and Abby of One More Light. So thank you to them, thank you to Whiskey, thank you to Silver and his team.
All right, last year we started a new tradition. It wasn't a tradition last year, but we decided to make it a tradition this year, and that is the lighting of the official Relay for Life of Second Life Torch of Hope. And we light this to start our season. It remains lit throughout the year to reinforce the message that until we render cancer a non-health issue, our fueled passion will never run out. So let's turn our attention. If you're on the region, or if you're watching on the screen, then Bane will take care of that. Or if you're on the overflow region, you can watch the screen as well, or if you can find it. The torch, we're going to turn our attention to the torch, which is located in the shadow of the giant ribbon, which is behind the people in the audience at the bottom of the stairs, right? So please join me by posting your favorite relay gestures in chat as we get our 2022 season underway with the ceremonial lighting of the Torch of Hope.
There's a flood coming.
There's a flood coming.
There's a flood coming.
It's time again to start chasing our dreams. Dreams of a world without cancer. It's time again to step outside of our comfort zones, to understand the possibilities we all have within ourselves to make a difference in this battle against cancer.
There's a flood coming.
To understand that we are all in this fight together, this virtual world, this metaverse, one team united, because we all have things to be done this relay season, things to celebrate, people to remember, and so many unique ways to fight back.
There's a flood coming.
Fighting back by daring to take our Relay for Life of Second Life, to another record-breaking year. For there should never be a limitation to whatever it is we are seeking.
There's a flood coming.
Sometimes we can all get a little lazy. We like to put ourselves in those little bitty boxes, sequester our avatars in our very familiar surroundings, and just say it's okay to hang where we are. But there should never be an okay to anything when it comes to fighting cancer.
There's a flood coming.
Many have visited those hospitals. Many have walked down those long corridors. And many have witnessed their loved ones. Different age groups, different ethnicities, all fighting cancer. Some with struggles they may not be able to recover from.
There's a flood coming.
In the next few months, there are going to be many struggles. There are going to be many challenges, but there will also be many opportunities. And so very many success stories as our relay teams rise up and raise funds for the American Cancer Society.
There's a flood coming.
Raising funds in a virtual world to fight cancer is like climbing a mountain. It does take a little more work. It does take a little more effort. But when we get to the top of that mountain, when we breathe in our success, we don't stop there. We find ways to go even higher. So dare yourself to be better. Dare yourself to be unique. Dare yourself and your team to be the very best you can be. There's a flood coming, and it's us. Get ready for the rush.
Hey team, we have our newest relay hero who needs to be equipped with all these and super gadgets to make sure they can be a 2022 hero of hope.
Thank you, good citizen. You know, you can't be a superhero without the help of your super team. My name is Super Stingray, and my super team's name is Cancer Gets Stung. Now, how do we get started for a super season?
Jem, I'm not sure why he's talking like that, but let's get started, Jem.
Thanks, Traeger. It's nice to meet you, Super Stingray. Since the primary goal of the Relay Superheroes is fundraising, the first thing you're going to need is a set of super fundraising tools. Here's a handy tool requester that will give you the most up-to-date fundraising tool every time you use it. This will also make sure that all your fundraising efforts are tracked and recognized on our Team Totals page.
Yes, and I see that these tools are super powered by SaaStech. Now that's much better than the inferior Stark Enterprises.
And if you lose your tool requester, Super Stingray, you can also always get a new one from any super relayer from the SL Marketplace and in the Relay for Life building and on the American Cancer Society island.
What a super way to make the tools accessible to everyone. So, I know how to use them, but now where do I use them?
Well, the short answer is everywhere. But to be more precise, we've noticed that most relay superheroes find success by organizing fundraisers that they invite their friends, customers, and community members to attend. And when you set up super events, be sure you submit them to appear in the American Cancer Society calendar by going to the relayforlife.org/secondlife site, or you can reach out directly to Allison Flo. You'll want to provide a description of your event along with a slurl.
A slurl? Is that one of those little furry acorn collecting rodents?
Monty loves those. No, you're thinking of squirrel. A slurl is a link to a destination in Second Life, like where your Relay for Life fundraising event will be held.
Oh, of course, I knew that. After all, I'm Super Stingray. So this super region that we're on right here looks pretty great, Slurl. Can I host a super fundraising event right here?
Well, actually, yes, you can. Your super team can reserve this very region by contacting Allison Flo. As long as another team doesn't have something planned at the same time, your team can hold fundraising events here with no charge.
Using the official fundraising tools at your fundraising event will also allow for all of your fundraising dollars to be credited towards your super team and that total. As your team's fundraising total reaches certain milestones, you'll unlock various badges to represent your achievement in the fundraising club.
Oh, a fundraising club. Sounds a lot more fun than the X-Force. Did I ever tell you about the time that me and my buddy, my old friend, my pal Patch, we were members of the X-Force? Let's just say...
Super Stingray, before we go down that rabbit hole, why don't we let Ariel just finish? Please.
Yes, of course. I was just about to suggest what a super idea.
Fundraising club levels are based on the amounts raised between kickoff, which is now, and midnight on Relay Weekend. All teams are eligible, and badges will appear on the Team Totals page and on your campsite labels on Relay Weekend. Adam and Aries Spark will also announce which teams have reached each level each week.
Oh, all right. But, of course, if you need a superhero voice, I'll be happy to announce the teams as they reach their fundraising club level throughout the year.
No, that's quite all right. Why don't you save your super voice?
So now that you're equipped with your fundraising tools, mapped out your fundraiser, submitted it to the calendar, and set your goal, it's now time to think about setting the scene. In order to be a super fundraiser, you're going to need to have American Cancer Society information to help you explain why people should donate. We have a huge collection of newly updated mission posters provided by Sandy Slate that you can pick up in the Relay building.
Yes. I can set the posters out at my team's event and then mention them every time we ask our guests to make a super donation.
You may also consider making a superhero appearance at our traditional mega events, the Christmas Expo, Home and Garden Expo, the Fantasy Fair, and the Sci-Fi Con. These are large, multi-day, multi-region super events that are coordinated separate from team activities, but bring together large communities of people from across the grid in an experience shopping environment with the goal of raising more than half of our fundraising total. And don't forget the Sci-Fi Con and Sci-Fi Expo. In addition to mega events, we're bringing back the Hope Fest, a 5-day super festival of festivals that will lead up to and participate in Relay Weekend.
Can my super team be in the Hope Fest?
Your team is welcome to visit HopeFest, but HopeFest is specifically designed as a unique opportunity for members of various communities who are interested in joining our relay community. Our goal through HopeFest is to give them a platform to plan their own festival and ultimately get the Relay Weekend experience.
Finally, Super Stingray, remember that no super team can be victorious without communicating effectively. As you navigate through the season, pay attention to the volunteer chat in World, the group notices, follow the Relay for Life of Second Life on Facebook, and join the community on Discord. You'll want to pay close attention in those spaces because you'll be able to connect with other super relayers to share ideas, best practices, and also receive important updates and opportunities from the Super Relay headquarters about the relay event.
Yes, for example, about midway through the season, we're going to unveil the Relay Weekend Super Map with campsite assignments for every registered team. Everyone. Captains will be asked to confirm their space, which is an important step in making sure your Relay Weekend plans are not foiled.
That's good, because we super relayers are the ones who will foil the plans of cancer.
That's right. Our superheroes will foil cancer with their super tools at their super events and just being super. We are all ready to be superheroes. I'm going to shift gears a little bit here and turn our attention to our biggest heroes. As they tell their stories, which are representative of so many stories we have heard about cancer survivors and caregivers in Second Life, to remind us why we make the commitment to fundraise through Relay for Life.
This is in honor of our cancer survivors and our caregivers.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere?
3 years ago, I went to work and I was almost blacking out, and they ended up taking me to the ER. 3 days after being in the hospital, they discovered I had stage 4 colon cancer. Finding out that you have this, especially at stage 4, it is probably the scariest thing you ever want to hear.
My son sat by his bed and said, "Granddad, are you going to die?" And he said, "Nope." And he has survived so long. His cancer he had a 10% chance of actually making it through all those surgeries with the results that he got. And it's amazing. He's still here.
So we walk in, and when they told us it was cancer, I've never seen such a proud man be brought so low so quick. So I knew I was going to have to step up and step in and make him feel alive again.
I have uterus cancer, and God willing, it's going to be contained. It's going to be there, and it's not going to move. And they're going to get it all in one fell swoop. Of course, I'm sure I'm going to have to go through after treatment, but that's okay. I can do with that.
I finally went and got a physical, and my internist found something, and turned out to be malignant. So 2 days later, I had my left testicle removed. I ended up having to have abdominal surgery to remove some abdominal lymph nodes. And then a little while after that, I had chemotherapy, and had a lot of the side effects most people have: nausea, lost all my hair, that kind of thing. But that was 1997, and I've been cancer-free ever since.
I got the diagnosis while I was sitting at my desk at work. I got a phone call from my doctor, and They said, "I am so sorry," and then my heart sunk. And immediately, my coworkers knew what was going on, and they all surrounded me, which made me feel that I wasn't alone. I wasn't by myself, and they were always there for me.
My dad is my hero because with hope, I mean, he gives us that hope because he fights every day.
I think for my family, hope means never giving up. And we carry that hope alive that we're going to get to see our dad the next day.
And that is, if I could get one thing across, is that we're here with Relay for Life because we want everyone to feel like they're not alone.
I got to walk around the track and show him everything, and he was like dumbfounded. He's like, I can't believe so many people online are doing something like this just virtually. He's like, it blows my mind. I would show the doctors and the nurses and everybody coming in, and they were just flabbergasted, like, oh my God, it's so amazing. They never heard about it before.
So I believe that everything that we go through in life, whether it be something harsh as cancer or whatever, there can be good that comes out of it. And I try to use the negative that's been dealt in my hand to help others in a positive way, to where they know they're not alone, that there's others that have gone through it and are doing just fine.
You will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and rise again. If you
We found Brett in Florida, who is in the fight of her life against cancer.
We found Latte in Tennessee, who lovingly cares for her father.
We found Jean in Texas, who is newly diagnosed and determined to beat cancer.
We found Kat in Canada, who is a 24-hour-a-day caregiver for her dad.
We found Hannon in New Jersey, who is a long-time cancer survivor.
We found Celine in Texas, who was both a caregiver for her son and recently joined him as a cancer survivor herself.
So if you are a cancer survivor or caregiver in Second Life, know that you are not alone and know that you will be found.
Hi, this is Sandy from Hope Haven. Our in-world support groups allow cancer survivors and cancer caregivers to share their experiences, fears, anger, helpful information, and more importantly, the knowledge that they are in a safe place among people who are going through or went through similar experiences.
You will be found.
Wow. I want to thank everybody who participated in making that that package that we just listened to, for sharing your stories. And as I'm listening to it, the love that we all, I think, have for each other in this community at the end of last year. And then, we go into the off season and we come back and we just pick up where we left off. And it's just this sweeping emotion that I think consumes us all, that we're all here for each other. The song is perfect. You are not alone. I mean, look at how many other people we have that, and I'm totally off script right here. Sorry, everybody. But look at how many people we have around our community from around the world. And still, however, I've lost count. What are we, 16, 17 years into doing Relay for Life of Second Life, and it still amazes me. I'm still proud to tell anybody in the physical world, my neighbors, the work that I do, and how I'm the luckiest person in the world that I get to work with people from all over the world, and we've never met each other we've never met each other in the skin, but but we know each other. I know you better. I feel like I know a lot of you better than I know the person that lives next door to me, and I love it. So, all right, now back on script. Gonna tell a little story. Indulge me if you've heard it before. But the story, I think, resonates, especially for this year. So one morning, an elderly man was walking along the beach when he noticed a young boy picking something up off of the sand and throwing it into the sea. As he got closer, the man realized the child was throwing stranded starfish that had washed up on shore back into the breaking waves. Approaching the boy, the man asked what he was doing. Well, the starfish will die if they're still on the shore when the sun rises, he replied. Perplexed, the old man said, but that's pointless. There are countless miles of beach and thousands of starfish. It doesn't matter how many you return to the water, you're not going to make a difference. Unfazed, the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, and tossed it into the sea. He turned to the old man and he said, it matters to that one. And I love that story because that's our story in Second Life. Every effort counts, no matter how big, no matter how small. Doing something to make a positive change is always better than doing nothing. So little exercise. We may have done this in the past before, but I love doing this one too. For everybody especially who's here at the kickoff stage and at the overflow island, let's find out what kind of a difference you're all making. If what I say applies to you, I want you to fly. We're going to crash the sim here. Where I want you to fly, hover above the people, just go like above head height. Just get up in the air, right? And stay up there, because I have about 6 different things to read here. So first of all, if you are a cancer survivor, see if you can hover up into the sky real quick. If you've ever, and stay there, if you've ever received a cancer screening or early detection, like a mammogram or a colonoscopy, a PET scan, anything like that would be looking for cancer early, been to a dermatologist to look at your moles on your skin, you join Cancer Survivors hovering. If you or someone you love has received the HPV vaccine, or if you've ever received, or someone you know has received a biopsy, sent something off for a biopsy, hover, join the people hovering. If you've ever used or you've ever referred someone to cancer.org or 1-800-227-2345, join the people hovering. If you enjoy smoke-free indoors, or if you know the value and the importance of a healthy diet and what that has on preventing cancer, even if you don't follow the diet like me, but if you know about it, then join the people hovering. If you've ever participated in a Strides Walk or a Relay for Life event where you've met amazing friends or you share the passion for fighting cancer with, join the people hovering. And so look at how many people are affected today. And I'm going to assume that if people are not able to hover, that's the ones that are on the ground. But by now, every single person is either hovering in their own mind or they're planted on the ground because their avatar can't move. But think about it like that. Look at how many lives you're affecting. You can all stop hovering if you want. How many lives you affect. No matter what size effort you're able to contribute, it matters. It matters to every person who is floating above our kickoff set. It matters to the billions with a B, billions of other people around the world who don't even know that we're in this virtual world fighting for them. Every effort you make is going to add up to the American Cancer Society's $5 billion research program. And that helps the entire world. Every effort you make is going to help the 30-year cancer prevention study that the American Cancer Society conducts, which leads us to knowledge about what causes cancer. Every effort you make is going to help fund Hope Lodges, which gives people a free place to stay when they're receiving treatment, so they at least wouldn't have to pay for hotel rooms. And that's for their whole family to go, not just the person receiving treatment. Every effort you make helps our ability to keep giving our doctors options. So I always like to say, if your doctor ever says you have cancer If the next words out of their mouths are, but we have options, that's the effort that you're making, giving that doctor those options. And we're helping people beat this villain that has claimed too many lives. The fact that you're committed to relaying in Second Life to help so many people that will never even know who we are or what we've done makes you a hero. And there's certain characteristics that make up a hero. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to reinforce why you're a hero, because you're brave. Because you put yourself out there knowing that there are people who don't understand the concept of a virtual world and what they might look at you and judge your choice to exist here. You've got conviction. You firmly believe that we're doing the Relay for Life, that what we're doing through Relay for Life is important, and you understand how you're helping people within Second Life and around the world to have a chance to beat cancer. You have courage. Every time you or someone you love faces a cancer diagnosis, you commit yourself to being strong for them, no matter how much pain or grief there is. You're determined to keep relaying until we render cancer a non-health issue, because you know the value of relentlessly pursuing a cure. You're helpful to one another. You're all willing to share ideas and information with each other to help your fellow relayers to be the best version of themselves. And you're honest. You care about accuracy. You care about the facts. And your emotions and your feelings are real and often raw, and that's amazing. You're inspirational. Whether you realize it or not, the simple fact that you're here today means that you're a leader among your friends. They look to you for inspiration to set goals and to reach those goals. You've got moral integrity because you let your moral compass guide you, and you respect the importance of our fundraising guidelines in this virtual world, which has helped our community to earn the trust and the respect of Second Life residents throughout the grid. And that's hard to do these days, right? You're protective. I feel sorry for anyone who shows up in our community with nefarious intent, because so many of you are ready to protect one another from harm. But also, you provide a safe space for one another to be vulnerable, especially when they show up in chat with sad news about someone they know or love. You're always there to wrap your arms around one another, or to hold each other up, or to respond however you know you need to do to show that person that you care. And you make self-sacrifices, whether it's staying up for 24 hours for a certain weekend in June, or it's donating money or time or resources. Every single effort, big and small, that you make through Relay for Life is a self-sacrifice for the greater good. Not for any one person, but rather for the world. And you're selfless. Through your actions, you've shown that you often are concerned more with the needs and wishes of others than with your own. Like when the bronzing of the teams movement happens, or when you help one another build campsites during the weeks leading up to the event. You're always looking for ways to give more of yourselves to each other every year. And you're strong. Even when we're sobbing uncontrollably after the Luminaria ceremony, you find the willpower and the self-discipline to lift yourself up. Sometimes it's helpful to have Fuzzball be the DJ right after Luminary ceremony. And also each other. You lift up. You keep moving forward. You put one foot in front of the other. Everyone who has heard the words, "you have cancer," or who's providing care to someone with cancer, or who has lost a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, an aunt, an uncle, cousin, niece, nephew, son, daughter, a friend to cancer, has had to find the strength to keep moving forward. These are all characteristics and qualities of being a hero. These are characteristics and qualities that define you. So I look around this amazingly beautiful Kickoff region, and my heart really is full. My soul is enriched because I'm surrounded by heroes. No matter the odds of success or the scale of the challenge, your actions will make a difference. And when heroes unite, there's no limit to what we can accomplish, which is why I have faith in you, that you can make this 2022 Relay for Life of Second Life the greatest there ever was. Every year you make that one the greatest. We can reach new people in this virtual world. There are still people out there that have not heard of us. We can allow our real life, our, what do we call them, skin friends now, and our family to support us. We can collect matching gifts. Be on the lookout for some information on that. We can create beautiful artwork and wildly entertaining events. We can communicate. We can encourage one another. We can believe in each other. We can grow so that we can celebrate raising $500,000 in a single year in June or July. In 2019, we refreshed our relay. We set our long-term goal to growing our community to new levels, and every year since, we have grown. Last year, we raised more money for the American Cancer Society than we ever had in a single year. We committed ourselves to being a united relay that would rival the best of the best events around the world. And last year, like I said earlier, we ranked number 4 in the United States. Think about that. There's only 3 relays out of 1,800 that have raised more money than you. Only 3 out of 1,800 that have raised more than you. Based on last year's total, I said it earlier, and I'm going to keep saying it all year, if we hit our $500,000 goal, we could very well end up being number 2, maybe even number 1, if we put a little bit more. And the thing I love most about all of you is your competitive spirit. Oh my gosh, is this not the most competitive group of people I have ever met in my life? And I know that if we are this close to being the greatest relay in all the world, there's not a single force in the world that can stop you from reaching the top. We are that close. We want to be the best. Yes, we want to be the best because we represent Second Life. We represent everyone who chooses to have a virtual life. We represent each other. We represent Second Life. We represent a mindset of people who are willing to accept one another based on the content of their character more than whoever the physical representation of themselves are. But more importantly, we want to be the best because we know that it inspires the other relays to be their best. And when we are all committed, our relay, the other relays, every other relay, when we're all committed to being our best, cancer's days are numbered.
And now we're excited to introduce our 2022 Heroes of Hope theme song, recorded by Djembe Dragonfire, who is without a doubt one of the most sought-after singers on the grid. He's received high praise for his quality of voice, range, and versatility. His voice is crystal clear, and he covers most every genre of music. He is a huge supporter of Relay for Life of Second Life, and here to sing our 2022 theme song, Heroes. Let's give it up for Djembe for recording this for us.
We go out away in daylight. We go undercover, wait out the sun. Got a secret side in plain sight. Where the streets are empty, that's where we run. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can do anything. We could be heroes. We could be heroes. Me and you. We could be heroes. We could be heroes. Me and you. We could be. Anybody's got the power. They don't see it 'cause they don't understand. Spin around and round for hours. You and me, we got the world in our hands. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now, we are a different kind. We can do anything. We could be heroes. We could be heroes, me and you. We could be heroes. We could be heroes, me and you. We could be. We could be heroes. We could be heroes, me and you. We could be. All we're looking for is love and a little light, love and a little light. We could be. All we're looking for is love and a little light, love and a little light. We could be heroes. We could be heroes, me and you. We could be.
We weren't born heroes. We became heroes because we saw an opportunity to be selfless, to help others, to make a difference in one of the world's most difficult battles against a villain that has claimed more lives than any other in the history of our planet. Over the years, we took up arms in this virtual world because we each had a calling that we couldn't refuse. We sought each other out and quickly learned that we were not alone. As new heroes arrived, we teach them the ways and we support them as they step across the threshold. Each team of heroes have been tested with setbacks. Each team of heroes has found allies to support each other against our common enemy. Each team pushes forward throughout the year so that every team can finally unite for the epic 24-hour battle where we confront our enemy together to ensure a better world for future generations. These are the teams of heroes who begin their march toward greatness today. Purple Sloth Productions SL, Huntress, E.T. Ranch and Market, Mammoth Ridge, Silver Oak Hollow Hope and Honor, The Fightin' Furries, Snooky's Art, Premier Wrestling, Honey and Phrase, Ertina Lupin Memorial Foundation, Cancer Howlers, Little Darlings, Renegades Teen, The Feline Conspiracy, Royal Breedables for Hope. Ohana without exception. Blue Waters Plaza. Attention on cancer. Dragons on the Black Rose Relay. Fox Hollow Second Life and Affiliates. Misfit Dance for Relay. The Rain District. We Are Warriors. Ohana Gaming Community. Atlantis Land Corporation. Global Basketball Association. Pirates Destiny. Task Force 1 for Life. Terry's Place. Diamonds and Pearls Family. Lightning Productions of Second Life. Secret Obsessions SL. Relay for Christ. Soul Sisters and Family. Guardians for Life. Elves of Hope. Southern Knights Country and Rock Club. Bonanza Country RFL Team. Lanterns for Life. Circle of Life. Steelhead Salmons. Team Mingan. Spirit of the Dragon RFL. Sail for Life. Burners Without Borders in SL. Quest for a Cure. RGF Estates for RFL. Melly's Maniacs. United We Stand Dancers. Grid Play. Nightfall. Free Spirit Hippie Brigade. Sanctuary Rockers. Guardians of the Grid. Hands, Hearts, and Hope. Harshlands. Havoc Entertainment. Relay Music Fest. Treasure Quest for a Cure. Spirit Walkers. Mayville Steampunks. Cancer Gets Stung. Atta's Army. Supernaturals for a Cure. Team Livewire. The Foundation for Life. The Original Sinners. Purple Tears. Team OD. UFS Metamorphosis. Team Aurora. Team Grey Wolf. Heroes Helping Heroes. Little Toes Dancing for Hope. Second Life Cheerleading Squad. Pursuit for a Cure. Team Invictus. The Grove Country Club Estates. Team Bobby Sue. Dream Team. Stormy Stars. SHB Gyms. Friends for a Cure. Nuggets. Stay Positive. Sunbeamers. Harmony of Hope. One More Light. TAP the Adult Partnership. Seekers of Hope. Ruse with a Dream. Gorians and Relay for Life. Aether Chrononauts Tiny Steps. Cure Chasers. The River of Life. Camping for a Cure. The Relay Rockers. These are the teams who have committed to something bigger than themselves. These are the teams who are intent on making this a better place for all people. These are the teams who will lead the charge for a world without cancer. These are the teams that join together to make up cancer's biggest fear, the Relay for Life of Second Life.
captains, teams, relay volunteers, heroes. It's time to relay. It's time to get out there and do your events, start your fundraising, and help us get to $500,000 US. But remember, the party here is not over. The party continues right after this with Melina Firehawk and lasts until 9 p.m. At 1 p.m., Pure Life Magnifico. 3 to 5, Dread Rock at Tansky. At 5 until 7, Madeline Majestic. And from 7 to 9, Annie Braveheart will be here to entertain you as we celebrate the 18th Relay for Life of Second Life, Heroes of Hope.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day. And we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers. Stronger than ever, never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Rise up, stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors.